This video is brought to you by Ageless Geeks.
Cowabunga, dudes and dudettes. This is Anthony, aka BatBomb82, and today I'll be doing a review of the new Funko DC Primal Age New York Comic Con exclusive Mr. Freeze. Now, taking a look at the front, we can see that this figure is showcased on the new Primal Age blister card packaging. Turning the box around, we can see some other artwork of all the other characters from this lineup. And taking a closer look, we can see which characters we'll be getting, like Batman, Green Lantern, Aquaman, Scarecrow, Wonder Woman, Mr. Freeze, King Shark, and the Joker. So with the box out of the way, let's crack this figure open and see what we have inside. And here's Mr. Freeze out of the box. And man, I am very stoked for this entire line. What Funko has done is taken my favorite DC characters and crossed them over with those 5.5 Barbarian action figures. And getting this really cool exclusive Mr. Freeze in ice mode is pretty rad, and I'm really stoked to add him to the collection. But before we take a closer look at the figure, let's take a look at the accessories. So Mr. Freeze does come with a good amount of accessories. Starting off, we get his ice sword, his helmet, his ice claw, his ice shield, and a coin of protection. So with the accessories out of the way, let's take a closer look at Ice Mode Mr. Freeze. Alright guys, now let's take a closer look at Primal Age Mr. Freeze. Now, pretty stoked that I got this because when I saw this line, I fell in love with it. It's just so very, very cool. And this was actually a exclusive to New York Comic Con. This was being given away at certain booths like Funko and I think even one of the DC booths or something like that. So, you know, since I live on the West Coast, I was not able to get it in hand like that, so I picked this up in the secondary market. But I just love this style of figure, kind of that 5.5, things that we've seen with like Masters of the Universe and old Remco stuff, which is very nice. And, you know, Funko's been doing that a lot with other things, like we've seen Mortal Kombat, we've seen horror figures and whatnot. Now they're doing a whole line of DC figures, which is pretty rad. And this is a variant of the standard release Mr. Freeze that we'll be getting. This is an all ice blue variant, which is really cool, and I love this. And I have a kind of a sucker for translucent toys, you know what I mean? So you can see everything looks really, really nice. The plastic looks pretty good for the most part. I do like that. You can even see some sculpted detail, like his loincloth piece almost looks like icicles, and there's like a big little iceberg buckle kind of thing right there. It looks really, really good. You got this little harness right here with little spikes and whatnot. Again, a little more of a little ice thing right there at the center. Just all looks really, really cool. I like the aesthetics of this line already. It looks pretty cool because he seems almost like a Viking-esque type character because he has this really cool beard and whatnot. You can see that in the sculpt. It looks really, really good. So I like this a ton. So we do got some accessories here. So we do got this helmet, which is very nice. You can see that it's almost done like a frosted blue, and it does just kind of rest over his head like so. So that kind of acts like his dome that he wears in the normal comic books. You know, he wears that dome to help protect him and whatnot. So it kind of fits in like that. But I will note this is very loosey-goosey. It does not like snap on there or anything like that. It doesn't adhere to the head or the form of the head and whatnot. It kind of more so just rests on there. So it will fall off from time to time, but I do like the look of that. We also do get some weapons here. So first and foremost, we do get the shield. I think the shield looks pretty awesome. I love the sculpted detail of that. Real icy and whatnot. Like he formed these weapons himself with his ice powers. Just looks really, really cool. Note that you can kind of see the white right there in the grip. That's from stress marking already. You can kind of see that in there. That's just from me putting it on and off his wrists and whatnot. And it does just clip on there. like so. You have to be very careful because I do kind of feel like at some point it's probably going to break a bit, and I really don't want to do that. But once you get it on there, it holds on there pretty nicely, and I do like that. It actually did already pop out, the handle piece already popped out of a little socket in there, and I guess there wasn't enough glue in there to hold it in place, so I actually had to re-glue that, but now it's fine. But actually, I won't be using this as much because it comes with this piece right here, this really cool ice claw thing, and this kind of just snaps over the arm like that, the forearm, and now you got this cool ice claw, which looks rad, and I love that. I totally hit that off, but that's exactly how I'm going to display him with that thing, because I think that looks really, really cool. That is just very unique, and I love this, and I have a feeling I'm going to love this line a lot, because I'm probably going to get all of them, if anything, so we'll see eventually. We also do get this really cool sword. I like that a ton. Again, nice clear plastic, shaped like, you know, ice and whatnot. Looks very cool. He can hold that in either arm, or either hand, excuse me. And it's a little tight because there's very little give in the fingers here and whatnot. But you can do it, and he holds it in there very tightly. So that works out pretty good too. One thing that's pretty cool, I'm pretty sure this was exclusive to this too, at least for now, we get this, what they call the coin of protection, and it's like this bat logo right there with some Roman numerals, and don't even expect me to try and say that word right there. Let's see if you can see that, sub tutela advespertilio. Yeah, I'm not sure what that is, but you turn it around, you see some more imagery of like a paw, a sword, a bat sword, a little bat emblem in the sky, and a little bat cave castle. So it kind of seems like Batman is going to be our more He-Man-esque like character and whatnot, which is really cool. And this is like a metal, it's almost like a pewter or something like that, so that's really nice. And then we do get this leather necklace, so you can actually wear this yourself if you want, so that's very cool. Nice little inclusion there, so very, very cool. Alright, so let's take a look at the articulation here. So it's pretty much standard, nothing crazy. So you do get rotation at the head a little bit. It just does turn left and right. It is hindered a bit because the beard does hit the little armor piece right here, little straps. Arms can go full 360 on both sides, just like so. I did notice like that, the arms do kind of pop off, like so, but they get back on there pretty easily. And I have heard people getting this particular figure and things actually breaking, so be very careful if you do pick this figure up when you're moving around the joints for the first time, so just be very, very careful. The legs are just kind of on ball pegs. They just kind of roll around. You kind of kick forward and back like that, and do the splits and whatnot, and then we get a waist swivel just like so, which works very good. So again, pretty basic, pretty simple and whatnot. It's, you know, done in a more classic style of figure and whatnot. And for me, someone like me, if you enjoy that sort of thing, then I think you will absolutely love this, because I'm pretty stoked to own more of these. And this guy right here just pushed it over the edge, and I will definitely be buying a ton more because he's just beautiful to look at. I love that clear blue, and I love the design. He just looks awesome to me. So if you can snag this on eBay or the other secondary markets, then I think he is definitely a must get. So for a quick size comparison, here he is standing next to a Marvel Legends Deadpool figure, as well as a DCUC Batman figure. Also for comparison, here he is standing next to a vintage Armored Skeletor and Faker figures. And just for fun, here he is standing next to a little Lego Bat Bomb. So there it is, guys, my review of the new Funko DC Primal Age New York Comic Con exclusive Ice Mode Mr. Freeze. Now overall, I really think this is just an absolutely fun toy. What Funko has done taking DC characters and crossing them over with things like Masters of the Universe is epic, and I think it's completely genius. This cool crystal blue skin tone of the entire figure mixed in with those awesome accessories just make for a fun toy, and that's exactly why I love this piece. He's incredibly cool, and I think he is definitely a must get. And I give him a ranking of 4 Bat Bombs out of 5. So please comment, like, and subscribe. Stay nerdy, my friends. Peace.